Funeral processions have been held for 2 Palestinians shot dead by Israeli forces during clashes in the occupied West Bank and the Gaza Strip, and 2 others killed after the Tel Aviv regime launched airstrikes against the coastal enclave. Thousands of mourners gathered on Saturday in the city of Khan Younis in southern Gaza for the funeral of Mahmoud alMasri, 30, who was shot dead by Israeli forces the previous day as people were protesting against U.S. President Donald Trump's recent recognition of Jerusalem alQuds as Israel's capital. Mourners carried Masri's body through Khan Younis to a mosque where he was buried. Gunfire was heard throughout the march. The other Palestinian killed by Israeli fire was identified as Maher Atallah, 54. He was shot by Israeli troops in Gaza and succumbed to his injuries hours later. On Friday, clashes broke out between Israeli forces and Palestinians protesting against the recent decision by the U.S. president that was announced despite widespread international opposition. Trump said on Wednesday that Washington would relocate the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem alQuds. In reaction to the announcement, Palestinians staged rallies across the West Bank, Jerusalem alQuds and Gaza. The Palestine Red Crescent Society (PRCS) said at least 612 people were injured in the West Bank after being struck with either live or rubber bullets, or inhaling excessive amounts of tear gas. Funeral processions were also held in Gaza City for 2 other Palestinians who were killed after Israeli jets launched strikes against the Gaza Strip early on Saturday. Tel Aviv claimed that Palestinian resistance forces had fired a number of rockets at an Israeli military position. Palestinians continue to clash with Israeli troops in dozens of West Bank hotspots and along the Gaza border. Palestinian protesters throw stones at Israeli forces during clashes near an Israeli checkpoint in the occupied West Bank town of Bethlehem on December 9, 2017. Photo by AFP. At least 20 Palestinians sustained injuries during heavy clashes between Israeli forces and protesters rallying in the West Bank on Saturday. Palestinians started taking to the streets of the West Bank city of Bethlehem since the early hours of Saturday. Palestinian protesters clash with Israeli forces near an Israeli checkpoint in the occupied West Bank city of Ramallah on December 9, 2017. Photo by AFP. Meanwhile, Presstv correspondent Mona Kandil suffered tear gas inhalation at Israel's Bet El Army checkpoint near the West Bank city of Ramallah as Israeli forces were firing tear gas to disperse Palestinian protesters. Trump's declaration has sent shock waves throughout the Muslim world, and even prompted warnings from Washington's allies in the West that it would bring more chaos to the region. Israel lays claim to the entire city as its capital, while Palestinians want its eastern part as the capital of their future state.